Welcome back. We're the Dürt family, dads and daughter wild camping in the U.S. Since we're finally leaving Colorado today, let's dive into a little recap of our wandering retreat. With very little outdoor experience, Elliot and I bought a budget tent, packed all of our earthly belongings into our small Subaru, and hit the road this summer to begin our dream of full-time travel. Our first destination was a beautiful spot up a rocky mountain. It ended up being unforgettable. Mostly because our car broke down and we feared we were stranded to be eaten by the bears, but luckily, after a week of waiting, we got our car back and gave this whole camping thing another go. Did you build your own tent? Yeah. We eventually found our flow, and Colorado had us living next to some dreamy rivers, alpine tundras, and mountain lakes. She also gave us some unforgettable hosts and some unusual neighbors. Now, we say goodbye and head west. Our next camping spot? Wyoming.
Good morning, everyone. It's moving day. It's 9:15 and we're already totally packed out. These next 2 weeks are gonna be adventure filled. We'll be going into Wyoming, Utah, Idaho, Oregon, and then finally arriving in Washington State. I thought this morning was gonna feel emotional and sentimental, but we're all feeling ready to go. So let's hit the road. You guys know the drill. I get the poop bag on my lap till we find a dumpster. Bye, Spot.
Since we've begun traveling full time, Elliot and I have realized how much reflection arises while we're road tripping. Today's car ride conversation covers topics surrounding financial fears, the plight of people pleasing, and the freedom that comes when you finally take that leap toward your wildest dreams.
There we go, now you're not cut off.
Nice. So it's been 7 weeks since we began traveling, and it's been 7 weeks since we've been in Colorado. What has been the biggest change for you since we started and now as we leave Colorado and move forward?
Being able to show up with like shifting and changing with curiosity and like my grip of life and control, like loosening, and with that comes a sense of freedom that I've never felt before in my life, and a sense of security, strangely enough, that couldn't be found in my old life. So
in what way?
I mean, we've talked a little bit about like at one point before Uma was born and I could be a workaholic, I was making 6 figures as a hairdresser, but even at that time I still had so much fear around money and stability, and now we're not making any money and my feelings around money have like loosened up, and I just trust it's coming. And maybe it's because we're like chasing our biggest dreams and like no amount of like security could make me feel as good as it feels to be like living my life truly.
Okay, yeah, ours is actually pretty similar, because I was thinking we both had our own fears. Mine wasn't around money, but I think it was around acceptance. And so much of my life has been, so much of my energy has been expended on trying to please other people and being perceived a particular way and being well liked and, you know, achieving things and winning. And I think for the first time in my life, I am really hearing and listening and following my inner voice, which feels so like that has given me such a confidence, because to sit in my truth and to be doing everything that I want to be doing, meaning making, storytelling, filmmaking, you know, creating art, feeling alive, like suddenly you're not scared of death, you're not scared of rejection, you're not scared of all these things that I think really were daunting to me before. And that feels so empowering. It feels like so liberating, and I feel so proud. Yeah.
I feel so alive.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm here, I'm showing up in my life. I jumped, like when we left and quit our jobs, we could have talked about this, like it's like jumping off a ledge into the dark, and it was like jumping into what we really wanted more than anything, but like we're free falling now.
But the scariest, I'm sure we'll have scary parts, but the scariest part was that first leap. And you and I have talked about that first leap that you take. And now I feel unstoppable.
Yeah.
I don't feel so scared to take more and more and more.
It's like, show me the next precipice, I'll jump.
Yeah.
If it's like, not just for the sake of it, but if it's aligning with where I'm feeling called, to just know, to not create limitations in yourself, and to know that it's right there for you to access. It's within arm's reach.
Mm-hmm. So last night, as you know, we did an entire ode to that magical space that was so beautiful and made us feel so held. And so that last night that we were there, we stayed up later than we normally do. Elliot stayed out in the dark later than he normally does.
First time.
And the moon was the same moon that Elliot's mom was
born and died under.
Yeah. And so we decided to be open to the universe, be open to signs, and be open to inspiration. And so we did a goddess card reading, and
I'm feeling such clarity on so much, and I just wanted some guidance from an outside source of randomness, or of like the universe, of what I need to focus on going forward, because I feel like I could go in so many directions that all feel right. So do you want to show your card first?
So I received Diana, and she's the goddess of the hunt, and it says it is time to hunt for what brings you strength. And for me, this was really special for two reasons. One, I remember my dear childhood friend drew this card, and the way that she lives her life right now, and like the strength that she has, and I just like am so inspired by her. I've been thinking a lot about her, but like she's so powerful and in such a non-intimidating way. I just like, she's truly like has so much strength, and so to draw that card felt really meaningful. And the second reason is, like I mentioned, like so much of my energy of my life has been spent on seeking approval for things, and to finally be doing what I want to be doing and living a life that I can fully sit next to and have such, I don't feel like an imposter. I feel like this is who I truly am, and that feels so powerful. And to just keep reaching for that, and to keep like finding that inner strength and listening to it and being empowered by it.
And I received Sophia, who is feminine wisdom, and her quote on here is, "Listen to the wisdom of your soul." And she has these feathered like sleeves, and she's the goddess or the keeper of the arts and literature. And I really connected to just like remembering that I am a spiritual being having a human experience, and to really like tap into like making meaning of this like bizarre, odd, magical experience of being a human by being an artist and showing up in that way. That is what I want to devote my life to, and to do it in a way that comes from my soul and from like universal wisdom and source.
And before we got our cards out, Uma was immediately attracted to this. She loves these cards, and she pulled a card herself, and that
Tara
is our family card.
Tara, who is my whole sleeve here, and we have a statue of her we keep in the tent, and it says, "Your wish can be granted if you ask for help." She's the goddess of intervention.
And I think this past 7 days that we've been at that spot, we've mentioned over and over, we feel lucky, and we feel like our dreams are already unfolding in front of us. Like we are living the dream.
Like
and
we just have to enjoy the unfolding at this point.
Yeah, and it feels so great to be wishful and to look at the stars and feel held and feel a part of this co-creation, and
to not be afraid to keep dreaming bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. I think there's so many big things coming. I can feel it.
I love about Tara too is that the story of Tara is that the Bodhisattva named Avalokiteshvara saw the suffering of the world, and he began to weep. And from his tears sprang Tara, and she's the goddess of compassion and action. And she goes into the world and is committed to not reaching enlightenment or nirvana until every being has reached enlightenment and no longer suffers. And I think that's such a powerful goddess.
Yeah.
And a powerful point. You know, like what we're doing out here is to work on ourselves so we can show up in the world, in this new world that's unfolding post-pandemic when everything feels so much looser. So
yeah, to heal ourselves and then share that story, and if that can somehow heal others.
exactly. Compassion in action.
I like that.
Well, we're definitely not in chilly, shady Colorado mountains anymore. We're 5 minutes away from our camping site, and pretty wide open out here.
Desolate.
Yeah, we're meeting a friend up here for a couple of days to camp with her. And we'll be curious to see what this time brings. So we've made it, and we've arrived at the hottest part of the day. So
Feels a little intimidating.
feels a little intimidating, but our last spot was this warm in the middle of the day, but we had shade to escape to. But
there's a really cute, lazy river that we can jump into. And the other thing that I'm like so impressed with is that this is for free, and they offer the cleanest toilet we've seen since we've been traveling. And there's even trash disposal. So like,
and this isn't dispersed camping. This
No.
is like a little bit like of a campground. There's
yeah,
no like,
but it's free.
yeah, it's free. You just pull up and park. You wanna go swimming?
Wow. Hershey.
Looks like a little lazy river, so that's nice.
Yeah, look safe, eh? Uma, you wanna go swimming? All right, let's see data at the depth finder. See how deep this is.
Feels good.
Yeah, the temperature feels great, huh?
Alright, liking it. Kid friendly so far.
Kid friendly so far. Deeper. He's in the chilly?
I mean, just because it's water.
Yeah. You want to go in?
Okay, not bad.
You want to go in? He says it's not too fast and not too deep. Oh, that feels good with that desert sun on ya.
Really good.
Hi. Welcome to Wyoming. All right, first night camping in Wyoming. Night, Uma.
Thanks to those of you following our little family's big adventure. As always, we really appreciate when you like, comment, and even better, share our videos, as this engagement helps us expand our community and find more meaning makers and spiritual seekers just like you. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, especially if you want to see us next week, where we explore a little more of Wyoming.